On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys hoping for a bounce-back performance after dropping their first game of the season a week ago. Across from him, Saints head coach Kellen Moore. His guys ready to feed off the energy in this building as they try to win one in front of the home crowd.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
If you ask coaches at any level to design their ideal leader of a team, I think they're going to check every box with this guy. He's got the poise to handle responsibility. He stays calm under any kind of pressure, and he brings out the best of his teammates each and every week.
He finds his man complete. It's McKenzie. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can get the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And Bigsby once more.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, the rushing numbers for Bigsby a week ago.
19 carries, 70 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Back to throw. McKinney. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They'll fake the jet sweep and give it to Bigsby.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they're
nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Tries the left side and finds Olave.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, LA. A great effort there. 71 yards.
And the Chargers take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Well, so much for the opening drive being capped off by a field goal, CD. It's capped off by a touchdown after all, except I don't think in the manner that we were expecting.
No doubt about that, because you sent me a note earlier in the week saying you thought special teams might play a big role in this one. I don't know that you expected it this early in the game.
No, I didn't. That was a pretty impressive play, and what a way to get their first points.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
When you talk about the defense for these Chargers,
against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
You know, when actors get ready for a scene, they often ask the question, what's my motivation? Or what's the motivation of this group? What's their mindset? What's the problem that they have? Will they create an identity that allows them to get better?
Only able to gain a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, McKinney. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
He finds his man complete. It's McKenzie. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44. Boy, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
Cut. First down, Chargers. Set. Set.
A run once more with Hampton. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Set. 380. Camp it. Ready.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Now he's going to step up and run. And they'll get him down 2 yards shy after a pickup of 8. 4th and 2.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. The credit the tackle to Juan Thornhill.
Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
It'll be a Saints 1st down on a pickup of 13.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Ready. 6 seconds.
Another run by Bigsby.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18.
Back to throw again. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 7.
Set. 380.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. The Chargers had 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And all the way in for a Charger touchdown.
Quentin Johnston,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Chargers are able to stretch out their lead.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Dicker now to tack on the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it was Quentin Johnston who finished that drive off with a touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're
you don't
down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. 71 yards.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And it's 17-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
61 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
And this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to Hampton on first down.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Justin Herbert looking to pass.
They'll check this one down to Hampton.
A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
From the 50, here's Herbert.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. McKinney. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And maybe that touchdown on the previous drive has re-energized this offense a little bit. They've been kind of sluggish until then, but they're showing signs of life here, and they get good yardage that time and a first down.
Down to about the 23.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
From the gun, Bigsby.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That'll put him over 100 yards receiving now here in this first half of action.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. McKinney.
He'll try and do this,
and he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. It's their quarterback with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Saints are back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
A little juke. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And he continues to have success running the ball here in the first half as he's already closing in on 100 yards for the game. Again, it's Hampton.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Herbert going to give to Hampton.
And he gets it down to the 32. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Herbert now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They'll work inside here. Hampton.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Hampton will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense can miss too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point try now from Dicker.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
The Saints coming out now to take the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
And this one too low.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Operating from the gun, McKinney.
That is caught.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
Over the middle, complete. That's McKenzie. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's McKenzie. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
Let's go now.
They'll look to throw again.
To the sideline and incomplete.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Operating from the gun, McKinney.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air.
Seibert able to knock this one through.
And this is back down to a 7-point game. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not?
And he's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
Quentin Johnston
As time expires in the first half.
And the Chargers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be, because I know as a defender, you've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. And that little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that will take us to the end of the first half of play.
So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Our trip through the NFL starts now. In the Windy City, the Bears at home to take on Tampa Bay. And this is Baker Mayfield. He is at his best when the lights are brightest. 4 touchdown passes for him on the night. The Buccaneers have won 2 straight since the Week 2 loss. They go to 3-1 with the victory. Next up, why don't we go to Foxborough and check in on the Patriots as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is the home team running back. He'll take this one in from 2 yards out. One more to bring you, and it's from the nation's capital. It's the Commanders taking on the Cowboys. And this is Jaden Daniels with one of his 3 first-half touchdown passes. The Commanders with the big lead in front of a home crowd at the half. With that, a look here at the rest of the scores from around the NFL here in Week 4. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half. As we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half.
And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, they'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And that's going to be good for a Chargers first down as he'll get this up to about the 42. On the give, this is Hampton.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Lion, lion, lion.
Here's Herbert.
That one complete to McConkey.
Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Up the middle, it's Hampton. Now hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 3.
Set. 380. 380. Set.
a play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And that's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double teamed and sometimes triple teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
He finds his man complete. That's McKenzie. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And they call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Let's go. 70 Lion.
Looking to throw. McKinney. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
At the 43-yard line.
Let go. Cowboy.
Back to throw. McKinney. Holmes has got it complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Here's a give to Bigsby.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now a handoff to Bigsby.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove, because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this will do the job nicely, as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now it's Herbert. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Harris. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
Now a first down carry for Harris. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Play action. It's Herbert. He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
380, run! Set. Delta, set. Ready.
Harris running straight ahead. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it, and while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Go.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the fourth quarter. This 2nd and 4.
Set. 380, set.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as a nice run there. Gets them down to the 6-yard line. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
But you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
380, run. Ready.
Again, it's Harris. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
And Harris is not going to get there. Great work defensively to stop him short. And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal.
380, run. Ready.
They snap it to Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that, saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. Some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're
fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's
It's a safety. And the defensive penetration there blew that play up and got him 2 points.
How about how they got off at the snap of the football, got upfield into the backfield, and created the big play? That's the key to everything.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At the 40.
Set. Go.
Harris will start the drive out.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Set.
Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
48 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they're powering through, and they're controlling this game.
And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
They hand this off to Harris. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming out.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert.
He finds Johnston. That's complete.
And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 16.
That's another Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Set. Delta. Set.
On the give, this is Harris. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Chargers on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Chargers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Harris. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On the ground, it's Ford. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown.
3 tight ends up front here, third and goal.
380.
This is Harris. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Throwing to start the drive. McKinney. He's going to let it fly. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted.
Down the left sideline.
And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run. Here's Harris. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better,